Hi, this is the Devlog for the 7th of April. This is like the 4th time I've tried recording this, so I don't hold out a lot of hope. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating what I've done to make the journey across a little bit easier for the player. Okay, so when they transition from Gondola Island, which is basically the demo slash how do I become a detective kind of phase, to going off to the main game, which starts over here on Asylum Rock. What the player has to do is basically cross this enormous conveyor belt, which has been opened up. Now, initially, because it's 1 minute 20 seconds, there was a whole lot of, not a lot, there was just open sea on either side, okay, which is not the most interesting thing in the entire world. So, and I'm afraid we're into a little bit of spoiler territory here. What I've done is I've kind of made it a little bit more interesting. I've added a little bit more stuff that alludes to the kind of esoteric strangeness that is the main island. As you can see, we've got all sorts of strange and funky things going on over here. There's certain other things as well, if you can find them or if you spot them, fair play to you. But I'm just kind of whizzing through rather than stopping and spying every secret on the way. So this part here, for example, that we're going past, this is new here, basically to give the player something new to look at as they go past. I'm probably going to put some things in the windows. And then, as we get over to this section, the conveyor belt slows down because now we're in the cargo sorting area. Now, something very important to note here is the cargo sorting area itself didn't actually used to load up at all. Okay, this part was all like, well, basically like dead, So when we came over here, this part wouldn't stream in time. So what I've had to do is build a new helper class that basically loads up the streaming areas, and that means that this area is here when the player arrives. It does put a little bit more pressure on preloading this section up, but hopefully, it's not something that anyone's going to notice. And it does mean that we get a much smoother game because these parts are all loaded. Also, another part that's in here, just to keep things fresh, we also have this area here, which doesn't have its third detail pass on yet, but this is basically the special area where they send cargo over to the actual asylum itself. And so this allows the player, if they don't want to do the deduction-based puzzles, to take a cut to the pharmaceutical area on Asylum Rock's Asylum, rather than going in by the greenhouse, which is how you get in if you do the deduction-based puzzle. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Take it easy. Big hugs.